Heck yeah!
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Ooh, what's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. And this is episode number 800 and what the hell is it? 897. Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello. All right, how are you? Holy shit. What chaotic start to the program. This is weird. I'm having this problem where my camera will work and then not work. It's, I think I have a resource issue on the computer, like a USB resource issue. It's the damnedest thing. I think it's part of what prevented Jenny's mom from getting in last time. I think we have that solved, though. We did a test run today. So Jenny's mom should be able to join us today on the program. As you'll see right there, ladies and gentlemen, Jenny's mom will be here today. So that's hopefully what's going to happen today. That should be a thing. Busy day, lots to discuss. Holy shit. What a day. Or I should say, what a weekend in sports. Oh my God. So many big things happening in the world of sports. So much going down. Holy shit. So much craziness taking place that we have got to get to. So we will get to it. I promise. Okay. Sorry. One thing was weirding me out. Has anyone checked to make sure Total Dallas is alive? Got to get to that. That is for sure. That is 1,000% on the agenda, to be sure. Big trades in the NBA went down this weekend. A big name in football wants out. Of course, it's Super Bowl week. I've got a schedule update for you. So it's going to be a weird week. Yeah, it's Tony the Handsome was like, what happened to Total Dallas? Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah. It's going to be a weird week for the schedule. It's going to be a short week for the schedule, as a matter of fact. I probably should have made a slide or something. I did not, but I will. I'll make one and probably post it on socials this evening or something like that when I get a chance. But the long and the short of it is this. So I thought that I'm doing a private gig. It's an open house, if you will, for the Punchline Comedy Club here in Houston, Texas. I thought it was today. Turns out it's tomorrow, obviously. Well, not obviously, but it's tomorrow. And I'm going to be there at 5:30, which means I probably need to leave here about 4:30, which means I will probably will do a show, but it'll be a shortened show. It'll be a shorter version of a show. So we might do a show, but not a full show. Wednesday, we will have a show. Thursday, we are for sure not having a show. And the reason we're not having a show on Thursday is I am headed out of town to Oklahoma with my boy Jerry Wayne Longmire, and we are not back until Monday night. So there's actually no show Thursday, and there's no show Monday either. Got it? I'll put a whole schedule together for you guys. So show today, partial show tomorrow, no show Thursday, no show Monday. So I'll be on the road with Jerry Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He and I are doing a little mini tour of the Oklahoma, North Texas area. It started off just as a one-night gig, a private show, actually, for a corporation through our buddy Billy D. Washington. And now it has turned into a whole 4-day run of shows. So that's what that is. But we're here today. We're here tomorrow. We're here Wednesday. Plenty to discuss. Plenty of Super Bowl and whatnot. Got some headlines for you. Jenny's mom's going to join us. So hopefully that'll work. Hopefully my camera doesn't shit the bed when she joins us. And hopefully that the vMix software is acting appropriately for interviews again. But other than that, let's have some fun, man. Let's have a good time. Hey, one thing I didn't get to last week that I want to start off with, that I was, what the heck? What the shit is this? Oh, there we go. You're a dirty little minx, aren't you? Oh, okay. It's not fully cooperating at this particular juncture. Oh, there we go. Okay. One thing that I did not get to last week part of the problem is I get to ripping and a running and we get to rolling on this show. And, yeah, I get caught up in the moment and it's my bad. I take full responsibility for it. And so there's really no excuse. But it's just what happens. But I always, not always, but I tend to forget to do the Thankful Thursdays. And I don't want to do that. And I feel terrible because you guys take the time to, support this show and send in your hard-earned money, to help keep this show rolling, because that was part of the problem. That's why this show exists, is that, look, part of the reason why I got laid off from ESPN 97.5 over almost 5 years ago now, there was no sponsor money. And so you guys didn't have a say in the usual suspects not being around anymore. That was a programming decision on part of the station. And now you have a say in whether Barry on Deck lives or dies. And you speak loudly, and it's appreciated. And folks like Donna and PP Dubs and Sylvia and Cece and Jen and also Total Dallas speak. And you guys speak by joining Patreon, and you speak with bits, and you speak by subbing to the channel, and you speak with super chats on YouTube. And I appreciate it. And so I do want to acknowledge it. So Donna, sweetie, thank you for the $10 Thankful Thursday. And this was last week, of course. She said, happy Thankful Thursday. Sylvia sent in a $5 Thankful Thursday. She said, happy BOD Thankful Thursday. BB Dubs sent in a $7 Thankful Thursday. Appreciate you, homie. Cece sent in a $5 Thankful Thursday. And she said, itty bitty titty committee, but the milk is warm. I love CC's. Jen said Thankful Thursday. Thank you, sweetie, for the $5 Thankful Thursday, although you work here, which is still pisses me off that you do this. And then Total Dallas sent in a $5 Thankful Thursday last week and said 5-year anniversary on the way. Appreciate you, homie. 5-year anniversary around the corner. Not far from now. So first of all, thank you guys so much. This was last week's, but I didn't not want to get to it, and I appreciate all of you guys supporting the show, because look, it's as much as I love doing this show, can't do this show for free. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. So I appreciate you guys supporting myself and supporting the show. Jen, thank you for resubscribing. Jen just resubscribed for 36 months. I don't know if you know this. That's 3 years. Holy shit. Holy shit. Donna just resubscribed too earlier for 33 months. Let's get it. I think she missed some months because Donna's been subscribed for the full 36 months also. But Twitch kept fucking Donna over. Twitch don't like Donna. I'll tell you right now. Twitch has done some dirty shit to Donna. It has fucked her over a lot. So Donna, I appreciate you. And I know it's 36 months, sweetie. I know. Yeah, I know. She even said, she goes, it's that prime fuck up. I know, sweetie. I know. Oh shit. There it goes. That got messed up again. I know. It is. It's the full. I know. Trust me. I know. I love you. Rob resubscribed for 35 months. Holy shit, Rob. Yeah, Rob, Rob's double subscribed. 70 months. Rob's a double Patreon member. Rob gets 2 birthday cards every year. Rob's a double Patreon member. It's amazing. Rob's dope. Jen said, don't even bother, Donna. I just pay the damn thing. Oh, I love you guys. Y'all are hilarious. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Good to see you. I saw over on YouTube. I want to say what's up. Where'd it go? AJB's there. Donna's there early. But I saw Drew checking in. What up, Drew? Good to see you, man. Drew 1985ism. What up, Drew? Good to see you, man. Lots of folks checking in early. Jesus, Flip, Uriel, Nasty Nate, Tony, Drew, as I mentioned. Alex Villanueva. Who else? Checking in early. Nightbot, that raggedy bitch. Tyler, as I mentioned. Total Dallas, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. We're going to get to it, man. This is a safe space for you, Total Dallas. You have a shoulder to cry on. That's so crazy. Don says, but if you look at my Prime account, it says I'm linked to the BOD. That just doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid. They're just jankety. Okay. So, but thank you guys for that. Very much appreciated. And yeah, we do have a lot to get to, but believe it or not, we're not going to start the show with that. I do want to start with some other headlines, some other sports news, because that is going to consume that trade. There was another NBA trade, and then, of course, some NFL news that's going to consume the vast majority of the show. But I did want to get some other news in because, believe it or not, there is some other shit going on. And we're going to talk Super Bowl. Probably not a lot right now. We're going to get to Super Bowl eventually. But that's just no sense in beating a dead horse. But right now, right. Oh, by the way, right fast, if you would indulge me, I do want to plug something that I'll be plugging quite a bit. I've got a show coming up. Well, I shouldn't say coming up, but April 2nd. And it's at the Punchline Comedy Club. It is April 2nd. Let me see. I'm going to get a link here. And I'd love for you all to be there. I'm going to be plugging the shit out of this just so you're aware. Have they already removed the tickets? Oh, no. I'm just not looking in the right spot. Because I really want to sell this place out. I do. That is the goal. When I think it holds like 260. But the goal is, if I don't sell it out, I'd still love to sell 250 tickets. So that's the plan. Let me get rid of all this shit. We don't need that in the whole link. That's the plan. So, hold on. I'm going to set up a shortcut link here. This is ridiculous. So that's the goal. So I'm going to be pushing this quite a bit. It's going to be like one of the main shows you'll see me push over the next 2 months. Yeah, for sure. Because, what's happening? I thought I was signed up for this shit. I don't understand. This is weird. I don't know what's happening right now. I have an account for this place. I'm supposed to be logged in. Why am I not logged in? Oh boy. Anyways, yeah, I'll post the here. I'll just post this link for now. Fuck it. So there's the link on both platforms. But yeah, I'd love to have you guys come out, man. I'd love to see you there. And yeah, gosh, that link got big there on the YouTubes. I'd love to have you guys come out. I'd love to see you all there. The goal is 250 tickets. I'd love to pack that place out, make a good impression on them. And yeah, that's the plan. That's the goal. So I won't belabor the point. Now, let's get to the headlines. Let's get this show rolling because we got a lot of shit to do, a lot of shit to talk about. Come on. I really don't understand why this doesn't show me as logged in. I hate Bitly so much. Bitly could eat my whole entire ass. Oh, now the login shows up. Go fuck yourself. All right, here's your sports headlines for the day. There's a gambling ring investigation going on. I don't know if you heard about this or not. Big time gambling ring investigation going on that's investigating the NBA. But now they're saying it's tied to college hoops as well, which is quite interesting. Hold on, pause. Jen said, I can't go, but I'll buy a ticket. Damn kids on a school night. First of all, yes, I'm with Alex on this. Fuck them kids. Get a sitter. First of all. Second of all, the whole point is the body's in the building. Jen, I love you. So Jen said I'll buy a ticket, but I want your beautiful smiling face in the building, Jen. I want you in the building. I want, could you imagine if 250 people bought tickets and then didn't come? Be like, well, you sold 250 tickets, but nobody came. Yeah, I told her, I was like, you got home insurance? Exactly. Donna's coming. Donna wasn't even going to come, Jen. You ain't got no excuses. Miss Donna said she's coming. My sweet, sweet Donna. She had something going on and she was like, fine, I'm coming. Damn them kids. Damn them kids. I mean, no, they're sweethearts. That's what you got a man for. Leave his ass with the kids and come on. Jensen, as long as you have cereal, he'll be okay. All right. So back to the headlines. But there is a gambling ring going on. Jen said, I'll see what I can do. Shit. I love you, Jen. Tony said, gambling ring, no way. Knock me over with a feather. What? Yeah, go figure, right? But this NBA gambling ring, and maybe you've heard about this, but it goes back to, and it involves Terry Rozier, who declined to answer questions this past week about the investigation. But he was being investigated into some unusual. There was an investigation going on, some unusual betting patterns surrounding his play in a game when he was with the Charlotte Hornets in 2023. Rozier, now with the Heat, is linked to the same probe that led to former Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter being banned for life from the NBA, facing criminal prosecution and eventually pleading guilty to committing wire fraud. Porter's awaiting sentencing. There has been no indication that Rozier is under criminal investigation and has not been charged with a crime. It says, on advice from counsel, I can't answer any questions about the matter, so I won't. But it says the NBA said it has previously looked into Rozier's situation and did not find that any league rules were broken. It confirmed Thursday that there is an investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, and the league has said it's cooperating with the investigation. So this is all. It all kind of started with like those irregular betting patterns, and then it's just kind of branching out. Because look, folks, if you think it was just the one with Jonte Porter and then that was it, you are very naive. That's not how this works. That was just the tip of the betting iceberg. So there's a lot that I guarantee you they're going to keep looking into and trying to uncover. And the crux of the matter is finding out who it is that's behind this and what players are involved and how many and who and where and all that. So it's going to be interesting. Does it stop at Rozier or does it continue? Eric Spoelstra said that his status was still the same. This was a story I wanted to get to last week about Rozier. Rozier said he is in a great headspace and that he does not anticipate any issues being able to focus on playing, even the investigation now having been revealed. It's kind of always been easy. It's kind of been my life. Once I get in between them lines, I can block out anything. So it'll be pretty easy for me. I'm around a great group of guys. We've got a great locker room and a great staff, so it's easy for me. Oh, do you? Do you? You got a great locker room? Is there anything else going on in Miami right now? I can't recall anything else. Is there any other? Oh yeah, Jimmy Butler is causing great upheaval. Miami is such a goddamn mess this year. I feel terrible for Eric Spoelstra, to be honest. He don't deserve this. He's a fine coach. He doesn't deserve all this mess. He doesn't deserve the Jimmy Butler nonsense. He doesn't deserve this Terry Rozier nonsense. It's crazy. It's bananas, as the kids say. Rozier's 30 in his third year of a 4-year deal worth $96.3 million. If you've got a 4-year, $96.3 million contract, and this is not your first contract, like, I don't even know how much money. Let's go look up on the spot track. Let's see how much money Terry Rozier has pocketed. And again, this is not indicative of what the man is worth. I want to be very clear about that because, you know, there's a lot that goes into this. We've discussed it on this show before, that just because this is what a player makes doesn't necessarily mean that that's what a player has or that that's what a player is worth. They have taxes, they have expenses, they have, you know, agent fees and management fees and all of these other things that go into it. It's not just like he's got a $96 million contract, he's worth $96 million. Oh, contraire, mon frere. That is not how it works at all. But it gives you an idea. I mean, he might be worth 25% of that. So he's worth $25 million. He ain't broke, to answer the question, Alex Villanueva. There's no way he's broke unless he's got a gambling addiction, in which case he might be broke. Let me see if I can find on the screen. Where's the search? Ah, there we go. Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier. Here they go. Career earnings for Terry Rozier. 9 years in the NBA. Got there in 2015 at the age of 21. He has, when his contract is up, when this deal is done, the total cash value, because currently on his current deal, his career earnings through 2024 is $133 million, almost $134 million. He's at $133,841,000. So 133.8 million, almost 134. At the end of next year, assuming nothing crazy happens and he's not put in jail or are barred from the NBA, his next year is worth $26.64 million. At the end of next year, he will have made $160.48 million. Almost $160.5 million in the NBA in 13, 14 seasons. Oh, I'm sorry, in 10 years. Excuse me. $160 million in 10 years. God, that's amazing. NBA money is so sick. So, yeah, dude's not broke, right? When these guys, I mean, like his first year in the league, he made 1.8 million. Second year in the league, 1.9. Third, 1.9. Fourth year in the league, 3 million. And then his next deal with the Hornets, he made 18.6, 18.9, 17.9, 21.4. So, I mean, like that's his second deal. And now he's on his third deal that's worth 96 or whatever. So, that first deal is never going to be great. But 160 million, I have a hard time believing you're broke. If you made 116 million over a decade, or even 133 million over 9 years. How much is that a year? Let's see. 133 divided by 9. He made about 14.7 million a year. What up, Rudy Rod? Sanitize, wash hands, social distance. Back the fuck up. 14.8 million a year. I'm going to assume that with taxes and fees and agent and everything else, he probably only sees about, I'm going to go conservative and say he pockets about 30, well, we'll say 35%. That's not that conservative, actually. I'm actually giving him a lot. Conservatively would probably be 25% of that money. Let's split the difference. Let's say he pockets 30% of that 14.4 million. Oh, I'm sorry, it was 133. Let's see. 133 divided by 9. Yeah, 14.7. 14.7 million times 0.3. So he's making about 4.41 million a year times 9. He's sitting on roughly 39.7 million. I don't know how much of that he's spent on what, how much he's invested or what. He's doing fine. 40 million over 9 years, you shouldn't be broke unless you have a gambling problem. But you should be okay. So I don't know why he would be involved. I don't know what would be the issue. Now, we can look up somebody like, hold on here. What the shit is, oh, here we go. If we look up, Jonte Porter, career earnings, 2.4 million. His first year in the league, he made 197K. Second year in the league, he made 1.9 million. Third year in the league, he made 300K. That's a guy whom you might think is doing some shit. Told I said, see me in tutoring, Truman Barrett, Laminack, your math grade is sus. What are you talking about? My math was perfect. His total career earnings was 2.4 million. And that's over 3 years pre-tax. So he ain't see the 2.4 million. I mean, that's a guy you might expect, to do something like illegal, like point shaving or something. And I say that because you feel the pressure of living that NBA lifestyle, having a fancy house and fancy cars and spending a lot of money. And if you're making 197K, you can't keep up with guys making millions every year. Your game check is not the same as their game check. That's for sure. 197K? That ain't shit. I don't know how many games he played in, but that ain't a lot. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting though. It's going to get worse. But the point of this is it's now bled over into college. And sports books, there are some sports book accounts connected to the gambling ring that have bet against North Carolina A&T, Mississippi Valley State, and Eastern Michigan in games this season. Some of the accounts also placed large wagers or props involving Jonte Porter and Terry Rozier when he was with the Hornets. Porter is admitted to manipulating his performance. Rozier has declined to comment. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. Heartthrob. Thank you for the 500 bits. Heartthrob said, breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. Total Dallas has been traded to the Clippers for a 2034 second round pick and a bag of stale Doritos. Also, happy Monday. Damn. We couldn't even get fresh Doritos for Total Dallas? Shit. That sucks. Tony said the Clippers lost that trade. Damn. That really sucks. The Clippers lost that trade. Oh, my God. Rob said fleeced them. You guys are assholes. Oh, you guys are dicks. I swear to God, that's hilarious. Oh, shit. Yeah, I told Al said this stuff will be easier to catch with AI. I think spotting some of these irregularities will be easier to catch. It says the sportsbook account linked to the gambling ring also wagered on a Temple game, flagged for suspicious betting last March. So officials at North Carolina A&T and Mississippi Valley State did not respond to requests for comment. North Carolina A&T Athletic Director Earl Hilton did tell ESPN in an email that the recent suspension of 3 basketball players was for a violation of well-established team rules. This is interesting. And you know what? Yeah, Amos said betting against any of those teams shouldn't be a stretch. Yeah, but that's part of the thing, Amos. I think that when you, like, nobody would expect or suspect or even really be watching, or you would think, oh, ain't nobody watching North Carolina A&T. Ain't nobody watching Mississippi Valley State. If we did some point shaving or some manipulation here, nobody's watching these games, man. If we tried this with like a major play, if we tried this with like Arkansas, ain't no way we're going to get away with that. But North Carolina A&T, nobody gives a shit about North Carolina AT&T. No one cares. So, like, that, I think that's probably part of the mindset. And why they chose some of those schools, maybe, and some of those kids and their NIL money is probably not as big as some of the kids that play at Arkansas or some of the more established schools, established basketball schools. So they might be easier targets to, hey, man, all you got to do is just go out, turn the ball over a couple times. Here's a $1,000, $2,000. Just dribble the ball off your foot. That's all. That's all you got to do, man. Miss a shot. Who's going to know you missed a shot? Nobody. You and me. That's it. You go out. You just miss a couple shots down the stretch. No big deal. You just had a bad game. That's it. Nobody knows. Who would know? Who would know unless you tell them? Who would know, kid? Who would know? Nobody. That's all you got to do is just miss a shot. That's it. And it's not that hard to convince a kid, especially with some money. It's like, honestly, bro, if me and you are sitting on a park bench, nobody's around. It's just you and me. And you're a young, impressionable kid. And I tell you, man, I'll give you $10,000 cash on this park bench. You meet me next week. I'm going to give you $10,000 cash. Don't put it in the bank because they'll find it, but you'll have $10,000 cash no one will ever know about. All you have to do is not hit shots. That's it. That's it. Amy said, hold your horses. Don't be shitting on my HBCUs, sir. I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying they're not on the radar like some of these bigger schools in basketball. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, tell me when I start speaking lies. Their NIL money isn't as big. They're not. Okay. If I'm lying, you're right. I'm making this shit up. Because every time I turn on SportsCenter, it's just all HBCU basketball highlights. The whole time. It's all about all the NIL money those kids are making. I'm just so sick of watching North Carolina A&T basketball highlights. Just ad nauseum. Oh my God. Enough of the Mississippi Valley State highlights. Fuck. Okay, ESPN, we get it. I mean, come on, bro. I'm not attacking nobody. This is the facts. Told Dallas that I shaved points playing tennis at Prairie View. You just sucked, man. Don't try to have an excuse for why you sucked, Total Dallas. Don't try to have an excuse why you sucked. That's all I see on ESPN 45, the Ocho Cinco. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Last bit of headlines, and then I'm gonna bring in our esteemed guest for the day. Your last one here. This is interesting because look, more heat, garbage, and nonsense. But Jimmy Butler. So the Warriors, Golden State Warriors, were like, "Hey man, let's go get Jimmy, baby." Jimmy was like, "Nah, we good, son." Like, Jimmy Butler told the Warriors he would not sign a long-term deal with them. I don't get this. If you're so hell-bent on getting out of Miami, why in the hell do you keep telling everybody you're not going to sign with them? Why on earth do you keep turning everybody down? That don't make no damn sense to me. Like, if Miami sucks so bad and you want out so bad, why are you so adamant about telling everybody else to suck it? Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. It really doesn't. It's wild to me. I mean, Memphis reached out, and Memphis was like, "Hey, man, we really want to do the damn thing," and Butler was like, I ain't saying sign a long term with you. You can make the trade, but just know I'm a rental." And it was like, what? So they thought, well, maybe, nope. And then the deal just flatlined. Bro, it's just like, what are you doing? All he just wants to go to Phoenix at this point. That's it. It's like Phoenix or bust. And it's like, bro, you don't understand. You have basically hamstrung the Heat now because Phoenix knows that. And oh, by the way, you're just being a pretentious asshole. But Bradley Beal, the other piece in this, actually has a no trade clause. He's one of like 2 or 3 players in the entire NBA that actually has a no trade clause. There might be a few more now. At one point, there was like 2 players in the entire NBA that had a no trade clause. It was Bradley Beal and I believe it was James Harden. And I believe that was it. And maybe LeBron now. But that was it for a long time. So Jimmy ain't doing himself no favors. If you want out so bad, pimp, you kind of need to be a little more amiable. You know, you need to be a little more willing to, okay, yeah, if I don't want to be here, I'll be there. But he don't want to do that, I guess. I don't know. It's wild to me, man. It's wild to me. So what the shit is this? Oh, man. All right. Well, that's it. So that's your sports headlines for the day. Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure this all got through here. All right. What does it say? Tuna way more valuable. Tony, I'll trade you for a tuna. What? Hey, what's up, Perry? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, so after my guest, we're going to get into the whole Luka Doncic, Antonio Davis trade between LA and Dallas. We'll talk De'Aaron Fox headed down to San Antonio, and that deal, Sacramento and San Antonio making the trade. And we'll talk about Myles Garrett wanting out of Cleveland. So we'll get into those after my guest. But it's my favorite part of the week. It's your favorite part of the week. It's everybody's favorite part of the week. And we didn't get to do it last week, but we're getting to do it this week because now the technology is finally cooperating. I don't know what the hell happened last week, but it's working now. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome to the program the greatest mother in the history of mothers. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny's mom, everybody.
At least it wasn't my fault last week.
No, it was not. It was this stupid ass
week
software
before that,
fault.
I just forgot.
Well, there's that.
I'm sorry, darling. I just forgot you.
It's okay. You know what? It happens. You forgot about me and the deckheads. It's okay. You hate us. You hate all of us. It's fine.
But I was here last week, so I'm just saying.
You tried hard last week. You did indeed. No, now, Mother, you're gonna do Super Bowl squares, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Jen,
I think I won year before last.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did. I don't know. I didn't last year, but I think I did. Or maybe it was Paul. I don't remember. If he won, he didn't share it with me. So
of course not. He shouldn't. It wasn't your squares. No. Did you share with him when you won?
Hell no.
Well, then what the fuck? Like, why would he share with you?
You've never heard the old saying, what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine? Come on.
Yes, and that's why I divorced that woman.
That's true.
Yes, that's exactly right. So yeah, we're gonna do squares, and so Jen put it together again this year, and I'm trying to give the deckheads first run before we kind of announce it publicly, of course. So we put it on the Discord, and when you and I are done, I'm gonna post the links and all the info and let everybody in on it. And then like tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to kind of put it out there for the rest of social media and everybody else to get involved. We usually do like 4 boards.
Yeah, I think last year she had 3 or 4.
I think we're going to cap it at 2 this year. So if you want a square, you better get in it. We ain't doing all this hemming and hawing around with 4 boards like last year. It's going to be 2. So if you're a deckhead and you want to get in on our Super Bowl squares like we do every year, get in. It's $5 a square. It's super cheap. If you're a Patreon member, she's already posted the info on the Discord. So, and I'm going to go copy and paste that and put it on the Patreon here in just a minute.
How do I get to the Discord? I'm a Patreon member.
I think I've sent you. You should have gotten it when you signed up and emailed it all to you. And I think Jen tried to show you that, and you probably ignored her.
That's been so long ago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you should be on the Discord. You'd have a blast, y'all. It's like a big chat room. Everybody hangs out and talks and shoots the shit.
I would like that.
Oh yeah, you would. You'd talk all kind of shit. You'd love it.
Jen will send it to me again. I know she will.
She won't. She doesn't know how. That's not how that works. She's got she doesn't need another mother. Mom, she doesn't need that. Why is it so hot in here? Here we go.
Hey, don't get lippy with me today. I'm irritable.
Oh, why are you in a bad mood? What's wrong with you?
At 4:00 in the morning, our smoke alarm goes off like crazy. We both jump up. We're running around the house trying to see what's on fire. And the darn thing, I guess, is why do they run out of batteries in the middle of the night? It always happens in the middle of the night. That is the
worst. You're right. It never happens during the day.
During the day.
Never. It's like they know. It's like they know.
I think they do. I think it just tries to deprive me of sleep.
Of course
I couldn't go back to sleep.
Oh, hell no. Every time ours has ever run out.
It went off again.
Every time.
And then it just stopped.
It went off again?
It went off again. Well, we can't get, it's up in the highest ceiling and we can't get up there. So we're waiting until somebody comes by and we can say, can you climb up that ladder and do that?
You know what I'd have done? I'd have just taken a goddamn broom and just smashed the shit out of it.
And then after about 5:30, it never went off again. So I don't know. It'll probably
That'd be
wait till the
hilarious if
middle
it
of
goes off
tonight.
while you're on the show right now.
Oh
That would just be.
God. I was so tired. I
I
was
bet.
like, oh my God. I
That
couldn't
is-
go back to sleep. So no, even as deaf as I am, it startled me. It was loud.
I remember it happened to us one time. It's happened 2 or 3 times that we've lived here. And
That's good.
I want to say it was the first time it happened. It's never happened to us before, ever. It's never happened to me ever. And because, they're supposed to be hardwired and all this bullshit.
I know. But it's the batteries, I guess they're telling me.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. But I just remember it was like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and it goes off. And when ours goes off, the keypad, it starts going, fire, 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 fire.
No.
Fire. Yeah, it's yelling at you. So it's not bad enough that it's like, it's also screaming at you, fire, fire, fire. And the cats are just pew, 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 pew. They're fucking running around. And I was saying, you know how hard I sleep.
I know. Once you get to sleep, you're out.
Oh my God. I fucking straight up out of bed. Pew! I jumped up and I went, oh shit. And I looked at Nora and I go, we don't have a plan.
That wasn't a good time to start making one.
Yeah. Like what what kind of declaration is that? What? We don't have a plan. No shit. Like maybe do something, dumbass. Like that was, sound asleep. That was my first thought. So that's what I just said out loud as I just jumped up and went, we don't have a plan. And then
Nora said, shut up.
Nora was like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And
Was it the battery?
Yeah, of course. I caught my wits and I was like, okay, nope, I don't smell smoke. I farted. I smell that, but I may have pooped a little too. I think I sharted. I shit a little.
Scared you a little bit.
Yeah, I shit a little bit. That's in the bed now. But other than that, I think, so of course you just go around and you find it, which the problem is in our house. I don't know if this is like this in y'all's house, but ours is like, it's hardwired, right? Are y'all's hardwired?
Yeah, ours here is hardwired. Yeah.
But
But
when
you got to
one-
find the one the battery's out.
When one of ours goes off, they all go off. And it's like, well, which one is it? So you got to walk
I
around.
discovered there's a little red light that blinks.
Yes, that's it. Now you got to walk around with this shrill, ear-piercing fucking. It's like my ex-wife is in the ceiling in each room screaming at me. Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me? Like, it's just like, fuck. Oh my God. It's awful. It's the worst. Like, I'm like, I'll just rather burn up, take all this shit down.
I'm telling
sucks.
you, it was awful. And I've been dead ever since trying to do work, about to fall asleep.
Oh, I bet. So y'all haven't gotten the battery replaced or anything?
No, we have to. Had the ladder over at my listing that Paul's been doing some work on. So we got it home, and now we got to get. I think Chris is taking me to U of H game tomorrow. Go Cougs.
Fun.
So he's tall. So on his way to pick me up, I'm going to say, "You think you could come in and crawl up that ladder and put a battery in there?" And it has to be the one in the den, which is the high ceiling. Of
So
course,
y'all don't have a tall ladder or what? Y'all don't have like
we
a
have
super
a ladder,
tall
but
ladder?
I want to let Paul get up on that ladder.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm afraid he'll get dizzy. I don't want him up on that ladder, so I
Yeah.
won't even let him go up in the attic anymore. So he gets mad at me, but I start pitching a fit and he stops.
Yeah. Total Dallas said, you don't need a plan, just leave the house. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, but it's cold.
Potch said the plan is to get the fuck out of the house. That's the plan. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're supposed to have a plan where you can, you have a thing you grab with all your important papers and, I don't know what I'd grab. Probably my dog.
Yeah, see, that's
I'd
the problem
grab my
about the
babies.
cats, is it's like, as soon as it goes off,
run.
they're gone.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, shit. I don't know.
Well,
Ugh.
they're scared.
Yeah, but man, if it's a real deal thing, I don't know how I'm going to, because Nora's like, you ain't leaving this house without them cats. I'll be on the curb. Don't you show up without them cats. I'm be like, fuck,
Well,
man.
hey, Paul can relate to that.
I can just see the article now. Woman loses
Haley
husband
Paul.
and 2 cats in fire, because I ain't going out there with my Mexican wife on the curb with no cats. I'll die anyways.
No.
She'll kill me anyways. I might as well die
That's
in this
what
fire.
I say. Do I grab Paul or the cats? I mean, or the dog?
Yeah. Well, it's a tough one, right?
No.
It's a tough one.
I love my puppy, so
Damn.
I grabbed
What
both
about
of them.
Paul? You just
I love him
damn.
too.
You just said I love my puppy, but you didn't say shit about Paul. You're like, I love my puppy. I thought you were going to say I love my Paul, but I love my puppy.
I love my paw too.
No, you didn't say that, Jenny. You said I love my puppy. You never mentioned Paul until I brought it up. That's some savage shit, Mom.
I just thought you
No,
knew that.
no,
already,
no,
so.
no. You don't be trying to walk
Actually,
it back.
my little dog, it didn't bother her at all. I put her up in bed with us, and she just kind of
Maybe she's
laid
deaf
back
like
down.
you.
And I think she is, because their sense of hearing is really a lot better than ours. And she was like, I'm screaming, oh my God, it's driving me crazy. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse.
No, there's not, that level of like heart attack mode. It's just that makes your heart
know.
hurt.
And then you're afraid to go back to sleep because you're afraid it's
do it
going to go off again. So you can't go back to sleep. And then when you finally do, it goes off again. So you just get up. I was up at 5:00.
That reminds me, I just ordered a whole bunch of batteries. I'm going to change them all tonight. I got a whole bunch
You
of
know what? That's
D
what I
cell
told
batteries
Paul.
sitting
Just
in
change
here.
them all.
Yep, I got a whole. I'm gonna do that shit tonight. Nora's gonna be like, "What got into you?" I'm gonna be like, "Cause it happened to my mom," and I'll be goddamn. Also, we still don't have a plan.
Hey, isn't there supposed to be a holiday you're supposed to do that on or something? Or
Yeah,
don't
twice a
forget
year.
every
New Year. It's like daylight savings is when they say to do it. Daylight savings.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Daylight savings when it
So-
goes up and when it goes back.
It's crazy because if they ever get rid of that, you know how many houses are gonna burn down?
We're in trouble.
We're all fucked. It's like, well, they got rid of daylight savings time. Also, side note, a record number of houses have burned down this year.
Got burned out.
People forgot to change the batteries in their smoke alarms. I usually try to do it like first of the year and then July 4th. And that's the other one to
Oh, okay.
remember.
Well, that works.
New Year's and
Yeah.
July 4th, twice a year. That's
Did
another
you
good
do it
one.
New Year's?
Nope.
Well,
But I just said I have batteries. I just haven't
Well,
gotten around to it
now
yet.
I'm going to bug you. I'm going to say, did you change your batteries? Did you do the birthday?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jenny's mom. She's here. This fucking Jesus Christ.
I'm going to help Nora. Did you do the batteries? Did
Yeah.
you do this?
Oh, trust me. I'm
Have
going
you
to get it
started your
done.
income tax yet?
I'm gonna
'Cause that
do
usually
it
takes you
before.
9 months.
You and her both are gonna bug me about that. Look, Chris from Sam Houston said, "Fuck them cats." Yeah.
Oh no!
Don't tell that to my wife,
Oh.
Chris. She will stab
no,
you.
Chris.
She will
No.
stab you, sir. Stab you. That
Yeah,
is
that-
not. Nope.
Now she would grab the cats first.
She would shove me down on to get to a cat. If I was between her and a cat, she would shove me down to get a cat on the way out the door.
Out. Oh,
100%. Joe Pro said, I had a deaf dog once. I taught him the middle finger meant no. That is fantastic, Joe Pro. You're like,
that
hey,
is
no.
fantastic.
That is so great. That is so great.
Oh,
Joe Pro,
my
that's
Lord.
genius, man.
It is. That's the dad cats crack me up.
Oh, they're great.
swear. They are so funny.
Told Dal said my dog freaks the fuck out when the fire alarm battery beeps. Yeah.
Oh, when it just beeps. I wish mine just beeped.
Amos said, just do what black people do. Take the battery out and say, God's got me. Amos, that is the funniest shit.
I love it.
Oh my God, Amos, that is so funny, bro. That reminds me, oh God, it's so funny. My buddy Marcella sent me a video of this guy. It's a hilarious sketch. He's applying for a job over the phone, and they're like, so what's your race? And he was like, he's a black dude. He's like, I don't really see how that matters. They're like, well, we're just curious what your race is. He's like, I'm white. And they're like, oh, you're white, are you? Are you? Well, you don't mind answering a couple of questions then. What'd you have for dinner last night? He was like, spaghetti. Oh, yeah, spaghetti, did you? When did you make it? Is it a couple days old? Is it several weeks old? He goes, nope, I made it tonight. Or I made it last night. That's when I ate it. He was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. What kind of music do you like? He was like, I like all kind of music. I like classical music. I like country, pop, hip hop. I like all that. Oh, you like hip hop, do you? Who's your favorite rapper? I like Eminem. I like Eminem. That's my favorite rapper. Oh, you sure you don't like Biggie or Tupac? He was like, nope, I like Eminem. I like Eminem. I was like, okay. He goes, he asked him another question too, to prove his whiteness. He goes, all right, well, I guess that's all the questions I have for you. You have a good day. He goes, all right, you too. And then the smoke alarm goes, burp, and he goes, fuck. Because the stereotype is black people don't change the batteries in their smoke alarms. He goes, I knew it. That shit was so fucking funny. He goes, I knew it. He was like, damn it, man.
See, Amos knew.
Oh, that shit is hilarious. Oh my God, that shit is so funny.
I wish God would have turned off that alarm last night.
It is so true though, man. You'll be on TikTok or Instagram and you'll see somebody like, you'll see a black person doing a video and in the background inevitably, or like when I used to play Call of Duty, I knew I was playing somebody black because you could hear the smoke alarm, beep. I'd be like, bro.
Doesn't it drive them crazy?
Really? Man, they ain't getting that. They're like, man, I ain't getting up there and that shit. I ain't getting up there and doing all that.
Nuts.
I remember when you got me that apartment. When I first moved out, you got me that apartment. That's the same shit. I never replaced the smoke alarms in that fucking place. Are you kidding me?
You didn't do anything in that place.
Hell no, I didn't.
Kidding?
I sure didn't.
I cannot believe I got down on the carpet and scrubbed the carpet and everything else trying to get my deposit back.
Drew said they don't, but I do though. Is spaghetti sauce and the pasta in the same pot? Yes, he's black. What? Wait, what? I don't understand. So, like, that's how you warm up? Wait a minute. You're going to have to explain this, Total Dallas. We just had spaghetti last night. You mean...
We did too.
Amos said that beep. Amos said that beep is just white noise after about 3 weeks. You just get used to it, and you just that's how you go to sleep. It becomes rhythmic at some point. It's almost just Oh my God, that's so funny.
Are so funny. Oh,
yeah, I need to know, Total Dallas. Are you like boiling noodles? And then you drain them, and then you take cold ass spaghetti sauce and pour it in there and warm that up? Is that what you're doing? You don't warm the sauce in a separate pot, boil the noodles in a separate pot, and then, like, that's what we do. Like, we boil noodles in one pot, warm up sauce in another, and then put the two in a bowl. Mm-hmm. What are you doing, Total Dallas?
You put the noodles on the plate and then put the sauce and the meatballs on top.
Wait a minute, you put it on a plate, Jenny?
You gotta eat off a plate.
You put it in a bowl.
No, you put
plate.
You put however much spaghetti you want, and then you put the sauce on
a
top
plate,
and then the meatballs. Yes.
I ain't eating no spaghetti off a plate. I'm eating it in a bowl first of all.
Oh my God. Okay, well, there you go. Well, you ain't getting no bowl at my house when you have spaghetti. So.
Well, That's okay.
But I'll be giving you chicken and dumplings, so it
That's
doesn't
right.
matter.
Donna said nothing compares to the deafening fire alarms my apartment building has.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Joe Bro said, "Oh shit!" Told Alice, "I just learned my grandma's black." I guess she combines it too. Told Alice said, "White people keep the pasta and sauce separate until plating." Yeah.
Exactly. Thank
Taryn
you very
says,
much.
"We do that, then combine it all together." Okay.
Yeah. Now, if it's left over, we talk about such interesting things.
You learn so much.
I'm telling you.
Podge said, "Why you got to dirty up 2 pots?" What?
Only Podgeman think
Podge,
of that.
you savage. Well, bro, what are you doing? You're just nasty, bro. You're nasty. First of all, Podge, when you boil the noodles, you're boiling it in a big ass pot.
Exactly.
So
Gotta
if
have lots of
you're
water.
putting it back in that pot and then that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to try to warm up your sauce in that pot. That's so
plus you
weird,
gotta
man.
drain
Y'all
the
are crazy.
spaghetti okay, I can tell I've got to teach some people how to make spaghetti.
I'm surprised Total
But my-
Dallas just doesn't open the lid and put his shit in the microwave for like 7 minutes and be like, "Well, sauce is warm." Like, I bet he's done that at
First
least
of all,
once.
I make my own sauce, so
Okay, stop showing
I
off.
don't-
Look,
I
next thing you
don't
know,
get
chat,
it
she's
out
gonna
of the
start
jar.
talking with an Italian accent. First of all, hey, Luigi,
Rome was my favorite place to visit.
Oh
so.
my God. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
All right, Total Dallas because sauce takes hours to cook. No,
Yes, I cook it for 4 hours.
that's excessive,
gotta
mother.
have a
Just
lot
get
of
you a
patience.
goddamn bottle of ragu. It's just spaghetti.
No, Paul would think something was wrong if I did that.
It's literally spaghetti. It's not. You're not
No,
cooking for the
sauce-
Pope. You're
this
cooking
is
for
an
Paul.
old-
It's
this is an old.
he's not even Italian. He's Polish. He don't give a fuck.
I know, but it's an old.
What do you think he's gonna be like? I
Italian
can't
recipe.
believe you and slap the shit out of you. Like he's not even that kind of Italian or
Hey,
Polish guy.
He is 100% Polish, but he used to have to go to his mother's and help her make sauerkraut.
Oh no.
He'd go, "I gotta go to my mom." She would call all 3 of the boys over there to help her make sauerkraut. "I gotta go to my mom and help her make sauerkraut."
That stuff is so gross
Why
too.
can't you just buy a jar of it?
See? Oh, and look at you.
was
I'm over here telling you to buy ragu, and you're like, "Oh, why don't you just buy a jar of sauerkraut?" You're literally insulting his heritage. You're not even Italian. You're a mutt. You're fucking 19 different origins.
Hey, I
Paul is
told you.
100% Polish, and you tell the man to buy sauerkraut out of a jar. Meanwhile, you're like Scotch, Irish, Quaker, like you're from the North
German,
Pole.
French.
You're all kinds of bullshit. Yeah. But you gotta make you're not even Italian. You have no Italian in you whatsoever, but you gotta make it from scratch. This makes no sense,
don't have
Jenny.
any Italian in me.
I
Come think of
know.
it.
So just buy a
have
bottle of
some-
ragu and leave Paul alone. This is crazy.
I have a lot. Hey, you got
This is
all
wild.
what you got in you. I got it same.
Yeah.
So
Plus German.
plus German, and
Yeah.
I've got a little German too. So
This is wild. This is
Oh,
crazy.
God, Barry.
Donna said, "I'm with Jenny. Spices me." No one asked you. I don't know why I read that out loud. Yeah, Drew's like,
You
forget
leave her
about it.
alone. Poor Paul.
Oh.
you know
I'm
what,
so
though?
glad you brought that up, Rob. What, Mom?
What?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, his mother, who is pure Polish, did make me try sauerkraut and sweet potatoes. Have you ever had that?
Sauerkraut and no,
On
can't
sweet
say I
potatoes.
have.
It's like a sweet sour thing. It was really good. When he told me about it, I'm like, oh my God, sauerkraut and sweet potatoes, really good.
That
It's
doesn't
a Polish thing.
sound good at all. Because sauerkraut's
sour.
just, ugh.
Some people have sauerkraut on hot dogs. Any of the deckheads
Yeah,
have sauerkraut on
that's
hot dogs?
gross.
To me, that would ruin a hot dog. But
Yeah,
anyway.
I agree.
Well, y'all made me hungry, so I'm
Jared
leaving.
said, cook the meat, set to the side, boil the noodles, set to the side, pasta in the pot, add the meat, then mix together.
No.
What? Nobody born before 1970 cooks out of a jar for some reason. I think it has to do with the Great Depression.
Hey, I'm not that friggin' old.
Listen, they give me shit, Mom, because I sous vide my steaks. Do you know what sous vide is?
No.
So it's a method of cooking steaks where you put them in a Ziploc bag and you have a big thing of water. All right. And you bring the water up to temperature like 130 degrees. You put the steak in the bag, and you put the bag in the water. And that's how you cook the steak, is in the water. Right. And it cooks the steak evenly throughout, instead of like putting it on a pit or in however else you do it, where if you cook a steak on the pit, it ends up like the top and the bottom of the steak ends up getting real dark, but the center of the steak is like maybe rare, medium rare, whatever, but the edges are not. When you sous vide a steak, however you cook it, rare, medium, or whatever, it's like that throughout. And then what you do is you just char the top and the bottom of it real quick, like 30 seconds in the cast iron skillet, cast iron skillet, or even with like a creme brulee torch. You just on the top.
Really?
And you're done. And now you have a charred, well cooked, evenly cooked steak.
Well,
it's amazing. It's the best way to cook a steak. They always make fun of me.
The steaks I sent you?
Yes. Now, Nora and I went on a date this past week. We went to this food thing at the Marriott here in the Woodlands, and they have restaurants from all over that bring all kinds of amazing foods to sample and try. And there was a steakhouse there. And, just watch this video of this amazing steakhouse here. I'm at this food convention thing. There's tons of food everywhere. There's people everywhere. And I wanted to show you guys something here. Excuse me. I wanted to show you guys something since you always give me shit about boiling steak. Oh, it's Kirby's. Look at that.
Oh, I love Kirby's. Seriously?
That's Kirby's sous vide their steak, so y'all can all kiss my ass. Well, I'll be goddamn. Look at that. Kirby's was sous vide their steaks. So everybody.
How they do it?
Can suck it.
Barry.
I'll be
I
damned.
did not know that. I am going to try that.
Yep, right there.
And what's it called?
It's sous vide. So that's the machine. Yep, that's the machine. Yeah, hold on, let me back up. That's the machine that you put. So what you see in there is that's the steaks that are inside of the bags that are inside the water. And that's how they cook steaks.
And it's called sous
vide. I don't know how the fuck you spell it. It's spelled weird. Yeah, it's spelled weird. It's like, hold on, I'll
wow, I gotta try that. What did it turn out for?
It's
did you use the steaks?
Amazing. You have to have a machine that does it. Anova makes a machine that does it. It's SOUSVIDE. SOUSVIDE. It's the best way to cook a steak ever. It's just amazing. So, yep, sous vide. Yep, Kirby's was out there serving sous vide steaks.
Kirby's has great
The line
steaks.
was the longest line of the entire place.
I bet.
Around the corner. Oh, it was amazing.
Paul's taken me to Kirby's before on our anniversary. It's a nice steak.
I'm telling you, the best steakhouses, they will sous vide their steaks.
Okay.
You won't even know it.
Well, you're making me hungry.
Yep.
I'm going to try it.
Well, we're going to talk basketball trades and Myles Garrett wanting out of Cleveland. So I'm going to get to it.
Before I leave, I want to tell you I was really upset last night. Or when U of H lost that game by 1 point in overtime on their home court.
Well, they're still number 5 in the country right now.
Oh, I think that after the new one comes out. What, after losing that game?
I mean, I checked this morning and they were.
Really? Oh,
Let me
wow. Okay.
see.
Because I was like, man, that was an overtime game. You lost by 1 point.
Yeah, let's see
I didn't know
rankings.
if the new poll came out yet, but it was a great game.
Still number 5.
You
Maybe.
know, that's the first game they've lost in 33 games at Fertitta Center.
Yeah, it
Longest streak in
shows
the
they're
nation.
17-4.
Right. Okay.
I
Yay.
mean, yeah.
All right.
Maybe the new poll's not out yet. I don't know. Yeah.
No, they 17-4 is when
Oh,
they
yeah.
lost that
AP
game.
men's poll reaction. What you need to know about the top 25.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
go Cougs. I'll be there tomorrow
They
night.
were 5th, or they were 6th, and now they're 5th.
Right.
Houston's lost
How
to
do you
Tech,
climb up when
snapped
you
its.
lose?
I don't know. It says Houston's lost to Tech, snapped a 33-game home win streak. At the time, this was the longest home win streak in Division One. It must have been Florida. Oh, Florida lost. Saturday's loss was
Okay.
Florida's 8th straight at Tennessee. So Florida lost to Tennessee. Yeah, so that had something to do with it. Iowa State must have lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I imagine it looks like, Iowa State was 3rd in the nation and now they're 8th. Florida was 5th and now they're 6th. So you just had a bunch of teams that
Okay.
were,
Yeah.
highly
All
ranked that
right.
lost. Auburn still 1, Duke is 2, Alabama's
Yeah.
3,
Alabama.
Tennessee is 4, they were 8, and U of H is 5.
Okay. Go Cougs.
A&M is 10.
All right.
They were 13. Tech is 13. They were 22.
Yeah, they were 22. Yeah, they moved up big time after being Houston.
And that's all I see that anybody would give a shit about.
Well, anyway, I'll wait at you tomorrow.
All right. Love you,
Love
Mom.
you.
Go
Bye,
sous vide
Dad.
steak.
Okay, I will.
All right. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Love you.
All right. As Jenny is Mom, she joins me every Monday when she doesn't forget about us or we don't have tech problems. So love it, man. She's a blast. It's a great time on the show. Everybody's favorite segment of the week. Jenny is Mom. Don't be ridiculous, Punch. Well done with A1. That is disgusting. Total Dallas. If you put steak sauce on your steak, why even eat a steak? I mean, it's it just lets us know you don't know what you're doing. Rob said sous vide is French for shitty steaks. Rob is he's a barbecue meat guy for sure. But that's why he is opposed to sous vide, is because he's a grill guy. He's a grill guy. That's why. It's just, yeah. I told us that sous vide was created by the Ziploc people because sales were down. Oh, that's hilarious. Potts is right. All y'all wrong for the sous vide hate. Thank you. I'm cool with that. You just got to know what you're doing. Exactly. Let's see what else. Chris said my full-blooded Italian grandma seared the meat, then cooked it in the pasta with the sauce for hours. So you got the flavors in the meat. Ooh, pasta was always cooked in a separate pot. Oh. Interesting. So, pasta was always cooked in a separate pot. My grandma seared the meat, then cooked it in the pasta with the sauce for hours. So you got the flavors in the meat. Pasta, well, I'm confused though, because you said it was always cooked in a separate pot. I'm confused. I put steak sauce on my baked potato. That is weird. That is fucking weird. So if he just sounded like something you'd catch after spending all day at Greenspoint Mall. That's hilarious, Rob. That's hilarious. All right, let's get back to it. Tech is ranked 22. No. Tech was ranked 22. Here, I'll show you. This is the latest AP poll. Latest poll. Let's see here. This came out Feb 3, 12:18 p.m. Eastern. So this came out at 11:18. Auburn 1, Duke 2, Bama 3, Roll Tide, CC. Tennessee 4, Cougars 5. That's why CC was painting her nails, because Tech. Cougars 5, Gators 6. There you see they were 5. And U of H was 6. Tennessee was 8. Purdue moved up to 7 from 10. Iowa dropped from 3 to 8. Michigan moved up from 7 to 9. And the Aggies were 13 and moved up to 10. Because they beat South Carolina. Let's see here. So there's your top 10. Aggies climbed into the top 10. Marquette is 11. St. John's 12. Texas Tech right there moved up from 22 to number 13. Kentucky 14. Missouri 15. Kansas 16. Memphis 17. Maryland 18. UConn 19. Arizona 20. Wisconsin 21, Mississippi State 22, Illinois 23, Michigan 24, and Ole Miss 25. So there's your top 25. Yeah, that's it. A lot of SEC teams in the top 25. Yeah, I was looking at that when I checked the standings last week. I was looking at like conferences. And I was going through like all the ranked teams, like, because when I was talking about how eventually the NCAA is going to move to 2 conferences in football, and would that work in basketball? So like AAC has 1 ranked team. The ACC has a 1 ranked team in Duke. The Big 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams. U of H, Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa, and Kansas. Big East has 3, St. John's, Marquette, and UConn. Big Sky, none. Big South, none. The Big Ten has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ranked teams. Michigan State, Purdue, Michigan, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Big West, none. Coastal Athletic Conference, none. Conference USA, none. Horizon, Ivy, blah, 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 blah. But when you get down to the SEC, it's bananas. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams are ranked. 9 of the top 25. Crazy. Drew says, so that's telling me that the Boilermakers are not better than Houston. What is this? Because they're 9-2? Well, that's conference play. Overall, they're 17-5. Overall, they're 9-2 in their conference, but they're 17-5 overall. U of H 17-4 overall, 9-1 in conference. So I think that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it. So, yep, there you go. Okay, let's talk about the really, maybe the, look, I don't want to I don't want to overstate it, but this might be the biggest, holy shit trade that I can remember in the history, in my life, in the history of the NBA. Since I've been watching the NBA, at least. Total Dallas. Total Dallas, thank you for the 100 bits. Total Dallas said, I am doing a 1-month media blackout for the NBA like I did after the election. Yeah, dude. Ugh. It sucks, bro. You know? It sucks. I get it. It's not, if you're a Mavs fan, first of all, you have got to be furious. I mean, you've got to be livid at your ownership, at your management. This move is shocking to say the very least. I think it caught pretty much everybody off guard, including Luka Doncic. Hey, what up, Joe? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. And I do agree. Jose, you just never see a cornerstone like Luka moving without asking out. Yeah, and that's a big part of this. Joseph, do you think this would happen if Cuban was still a majority owner? Cisco said, hey, hi from Fredericksburg. Sorry I'm late. Has Total Dallas stopped crying yet? No. Definitely has not stopped crying yet. Total Dallas, thank you for the 100 bits. Total Dallas said, I don't have enough points. I just tried to time myself out. Oh, that's some funny shit, bro. Total Dallas is like...
@total_Dallas.
Ponch said, I got you, fam. Oh, Ponch said, I got you, pimp. Don't worry. Oh, that's some funny shit. Bye, Total Dallas. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Joe, to answer your question, it's a really good question. It's a really good question. I just noticed I had a misspelling, too, on the topics. Son of a bitch. I fixed it. Joe said... And by the way, welcome again, Joe. For those of y'all that don't know, I always get to see who's a first-time chatter. Joe's a first-time chatter. Welcome to the show, Joe! A couple things about the show, Joe, before I answer your questions. A couple things you need to know. It's Barry on Deck, sports talk, entertainment show. We do this Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm based out of Houston, Texas. A lot of us are based out of the Texas area, but we're worldwide. You know, we've got people... in Oklahoma, we got people all over the place, man. We all over the country. We've got people halfway around the world. So welcome in, man. And a couple of rules, by the way, just a couple of rules. The bathrooms are down the hall on the left, kitchen's down the right. If your name's not on the food, please don't eat it in the refrigerator. Okay. No whores after 9 p.m. and please don't do cocaine in the bathroom. Other than that, have a good time, man. To answer your question, do I think this would have happened if Mark Cuban was still majority owner of the Mavericks? Oh, and Donna said, leave my beer alone. Yeah, don't fuck with Donna's beer. She will cut you. Straight up. It's a really good question. And here's what I will say. If he could be convinced that it was the right basketball move, then I think so. But it would really take some serious convincing, because I do think that Mark Cuban, for everything that he is, he's a savvy businessman, but he also wants to win. And I think if he was presented with a plan, if Nico Harrison would have said, hey, look, all right, this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. I want to trade Luka. And Cuban would have been like, what? No, but hear me out. Okay. He's going to want a Supermax deal. Here's the thing. I've got this deal on the table. I got an hour to say yes, but I can get AD, but we're going to get, draft picks and, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have AD. I've done the numbers. I think we win with defense, because that was his reason, by the way. He believes you win championships with defense. Okay. So he's like, I look at the metrics. No one's ever won with a guy with Luka's numbers. But when you combine AD and Kyrie and you look at, statistically, that's a winning formula, blah, 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 right? But when we got these numbers and we do this long term over the next 5 years, I can make this move, and this move. That sets us up for long-term success over the next 7 to 10 years. But once we get Luka's Supermax deal, we're hamstrung. And maybe Mark Cuban goes, yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. Maybe. At the end of the day, I think Mark Cuban is smart enough to know you don't trade one of the 5 best players in basketball. You just don't do it. Not from a basketball standpoint, and certainly not from a marketing and business standpoint. But I do think he would listen to the argument. And if the case could be made strongly enough, I think he might consider it. But, I mean, you're talking about a generational kind of talent. I mean, look, what's being lost in this is the genius of the Lakers. That's what's being lost in this. Everyone is shitting on Dallas and Nico Harrison and the move that he made, right? What I think we're missing. Hold on. Okay. No. Sorry. What I think we're missing is Rob Pelinka just set his franchise up for the heir apparent. I was like, okay, this whole LeBron era of the Los Angeles Lakers is winding down. What's the next move? What's the next era, right? We had the Kobe era. Now we had the LeBron era. What's our next era? And he saw an opportunity and he grabbed it. And the Luka Doncic era is the next era of the Lakers. Kudos to him. It was genius. Super smart on his part. Super smart. And for all the shit that, and rightfully so, that I gave him and others gave him for wasting a draft pick on Bronny James just to pacify LeBron James in the twilight of his career, he's gone and made up for it with this. I'll tell you that damn much. And I believe they still have a first round pick available after all of this, if I'm not mistaken. Says something, man. And also what I think is lost in this deal is the fact that, AD is still good. How old is Antonio? Let's see. Anthony, what is it? Antonio? Jesus. Anthony Davis. How old is he? Davis is 31. Luka's what, 25? Luka Doncic is 25. So you traded a 31-year-old big power forward / center, but big, who probably is, if he's not there yet, but I mean, within a year or two, Anthony Davis is probably going to begin the decline of his career. If not next year, the next couple. Luka is hitting his prime. Hitting his prime. It's crazy. it goes down as one of, if not the most shocking trade in NBA history. First of all, Joe Bro said the Lakers have some naked pictures of somebody in Dallas. Cuban said he'd divorce his wife before he'd trade Luka. Damn. Did he really say that? Good thing I'm not a beer guy. Last thing I need is our Donna dragging me out in the alley and beating the sonic rings out of me. Beating the sonic rings out of me. That doesn't surprise me, but it kind of does, because I think when you're a guy like Mark Cuban, you understand rationale. You know what I mean? And if there was a case to be made, I think you would at least listen to it. You might not agree with it at the end of the day, but I think you would listen. To say, and look, hey, UCF nurse. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, UCF nurse. There's something to be said for the rationale behind the trade from Dallas's perspective, right? What Dallas said, what Dallas's point of view is, hey, look, you can't win a championship, or defense wins championships. That was Nico Harrison's point. And he's right. Defense does win championships. But you just got there with Luka. Like, you just got there. And in fact, I want to look up something here. Let me go. Let's see. NBA. Hold on. Let me see. 2023, 2024. This was the scores last year in the finals. Boston won 4-1. 107-89 Boston. 105-98 Boston. 106-99 Boston. 122-84 Dallas, and that was on an elimination game. And then 106-88 Boston. Dallas scored more than 100 one time. They held Boston under 100 one time in the finals last season. Luka averaged almost 30 a game. Jason Tatum averaged 22. Boston averaged 101 points a game. Dallas averaged 99. Dallas out-rebounded Boston. And a lot of times you'll hear, oh, you know, they outworked them on the boards. That's how you look. At the end of the day, what won the series? Defense. It wasn't rebounding. It wasn't having the best scorer on the court, because Dallas had that. They had Luka. They had the best scorer on the court. He averaged 29.2 a game in the series. They don't get there without him. But the logic is there. Again, I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's there. Nico Harrison has the proof of last year's finals to say, hey, look, man, we got beat 4-1. We scored triple digits once. We held them under that once. We had the leading scorer on the floor, and we got our ass whooped. And part of the reason is because Boston got after us defensively. And if we're going to be competitive and win, that's what we're going to have to do. We got Kyrie. Kyrie can score. Let's go get our guy. Let's go get a defender. So maybe that's what they did. And maybe they got the draft picks to build around. It's hard for me to, we out rebounded because we missed more shots. Total Dallas said I'm just trying to come up with some justifications for it, to be honest with you. Because it's really, really difficult. It really is. It's really hard to justify this trade. Especially when you were a 5 seed in the NBA playoffs that got to the NBA finals. Now, when you got there, it was a different story. But this was a team that after they made the move for Kyrie, that first season, they struggled. They struggled mightily. And then they finally figure it out, get cohesive, and make it to the finals, and you break it up. Nico, what is you doing, baby? Like, maybe he knows something. What's going to be wild to me? What's going to be crazy? And I don't think this will happen. But what if? What if Luka never makes another finals? What if he goes to LA and they never make another finals with him again? Meanwhile, Dallas parlays those first round picks into a 2-headed monster. And maybe they move Kyrie. Maybe they move AD again and just do a complete, we're going the OKC route, baby. We're about to just stack the deck because they're at the top of the heap right now. And we'll plan on being there when they start to, max those guys out and have to tear it all down. We'll be ready to take over. It's crazy. And it doesn't surprise me. Alex said Kyrie wants out, apparently. Wouldn't you? Just wild, man. And if you're AD, you got to be like, well, what the fuck did I do? And what am I, chopped liver? Remember a few weeks ago when Davis was like, you know what we need on this team? We need a big. We need a big. Rob Pelinka was like, yeah, you're right. We do need a big damn star, a big damn trade, a big damn surprise. And guess what? You're a part of it. Bye. He's like, no, I meant a big man, not a big trade. What, Rob? What do you? You mean I gotta go? Really? Yep, you're out. Bye. But LA got their man, bro. LA got their next. And LeBron got a guy. LeBron got a dude he can go to war with. I'm starting to wonder. I really, really wonder if I'm really wondering if LeBron secretly was a big part of this. If he went and said, I can't win with this cat, bro. Like, it's not going to work. Like, he ain't it. Because nothing, you got to remember, nothing happens on a LeBron James team without LeBron James's say-so. And, not or, but and okay. No moves happen without LeBron blessing them. You think this went down and LeBron didn't know it? You're crazy. You're crazy. LeBron probably knew this. LeBron was probably the second person that Rob Pelinka called. The first one was the owner. Hey, I got a deal. I can trade 80 right now for Luka with a bunch of peripheral stuff. Can I do it? And Jeannie Buss was like, yes, do it. What'd LeBron say? You were my first call. He's my second. If he says yes, then do it. Okay. Ring, ring. Hello? Hey, LeBron. What you doing? Just trying to figure out this whole hair thing. I get it. Still working on it, huh? Since I was 18. Okay. Anyways, I just feel like that'd be like me and my beard. Sorry, beard. But it was probably like, hey, look, I know you hadn't been exactly thrilled with him, so I got a deal. I can trade AD right now. Oh yeah, for who? I can get Luka. Done. Get it done. Are you in? I'm in. Can I include Bronny? No. Oh, okay. I was just joking. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'll pull the trigger on it then. Awesome. Guarantee you, he was the second call. But this was the heir apparent to the throne. Genius move. Genius move. Amos said, LeBron is not the Lakers' future. I don't think they ran this one by him. And according to almost everyone, nobody knew but the GMs and owners. I would be stunned. 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 Look, there's what we're told, and then there's reality. Who is AD's agent? Let's see. Anthony Davis. Let's see. You know, I want Basketball Reference. I think that's where the agents are, or Spot Track. There we go. Well, so he's with Rich Paul. Yeah. Okay. Now that makes it a little more interesting. That makes it a bit more interesting, but I'm sure there are plenty of guys that are, I still think this is a business, man. Let me tell you something. It doesn't change my mind. It doesn't change my mind at all. Nope. Doesn't change my mind. I get it. That is a shock to the system and whatnot. I still say LeBron knew. I still say he knew. Still do. I still do. Because there's just no way that they make this move without him in on it. No way. You just can't convince me otherwise. They may never come out and say it. He knew. He knew. He may never admit it. They may never admit it. He knew. Yeah. That's just my feeling on it. All right, let me close all these windows. So that was just one of the deals in the NBA. The other one was De'Aaron Fox got traded to San Antonio. That was another trade that went down. And Zach LaVine. So De'Aaron Fox goes to the Spurs. Zach LaVine goes to the Kings. That was a 3-team deal. Kings sent De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs, acquired Chicago Bulls guard Zach LaVine. Let's see. Moves gives San Antonio All-Star guard to pair with Victor Wembanyama. In exchange for Fox, the Kings received Zach LaVine in the midst of a career season at age 29. Spurs guard Sidi Sissoko, 3 first-round picks. They get Charlotte's in 2025, San Antonio's in 2027, and Minnesota's in 2031. And 3 second-round picks. Chicago's in 2025, Denver's in 2028, and a return of their own 2028 pick from Chicago. The Bulls regained their 2025 first-round pick from San Antonio, as well as 3 players, Zach Collins and Trey Jones from the Spurs, and Sacramento's Kevin Huerter. Chicago also waived forward Torrey Craig and guard Chris Duarte on Monday in order to clear roster spots. In addition to Fox, the Spurs received Jordan McLaughlin, who averaged 1.9 points in 28 games for the Kings. Wow. Spurs made the deal for Fox happen without giving up much of their copious stash of draft picks or the keys to their young core. Spurs also held on to veterans Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, both of whom are in their first season with San Antonio. Fox's addition is huge for the Spurs. Yeah. I'm grateful I get to spend the beginning of my young adulthood here. Fox wrote on an Instagram post, the love for the city is unmatched. Okay. So that's another big deal. Chicago's been trying to trade LaVine for most of the past year in an attempt to rebuild around a younger team. Bulls had made it a priority to keep the top 10 protected first-round pick they owed to the Spurs in this upcoming draft. And they also found a new home for LaVine, who has been enjoying a bounce-back season. So, LaVine was the longest tenured member of the Bulls. They had acquired him from Minnesota in the Jimmy Butler deal. So, there you go. So that was a big one too, man. Sacramento, they get to score. They can already score, but now they can really score. What you get now in San Antonio is you're starting to get, and this sounds awful to say it this way, but now it's starting to actually look like a team. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like before, it just looked like it was like Victor Wembanyama and a hodgepodge of shit. But now it's like an established star, a young star, an aging veteran presence, depth piece, Harrison Barnes. And then you've got young guys, who are playing young role players who, may turn into quality depth or quality players that they didn't have to get rid of, plus draft picks. I mean, this is starting to really take shape now with the addition of Fox and San Antonio. I think everybody won in this. I don't think Sacramento, I think San Antonio won this trade much like LA won the Doncic Davis trade. But you also don't know what those draft picks are going to end up like for Dallas. But still, Sacramento got a ton of draft picks, ton of first round picks. And, San Antonio, they got a nice little 1-2 punch as well. So I think they immediately become serious contenders as well in the West. This is a team that, as we speak, is 12th. But they're 2 games out of 10. They're 2 games out of the play-in game. So they're right there. Sacramento is 10. Dallas is 9. And you might see Dallas start to regress unless Dallas makes another move. The Lakers are currently 5, by the way. And they're 10 games back of first. Poor Rockets, man. They've lost 2 in a row, and they're 6.5 back. Memphis has won 2 in a row, so they flip-flop. Nuggets are surging a little bit. Yeah, so these are it's kind of bunched up there 8 through 12 in the West. And we might still see the Warriors make a move. They're at 11. They sit at 500. The Kings sit at 500. Spurs are a couple of games below. All of these teams are making moves that all these teams are getting better. Phoenix is still a player. We'll find out. I'm about to find out. I doubt Denver does anything. I doubt Memphis does anything. I mean, they were trying to get Jimmy Butler, but the Thunder ain't doing shit. We know that. Memphis probably doesn't do anything since they're out on Jimmy Butler, but I don't know. Maybe they do something for Bradley Beal. I don't know. But we'll see. I think you could expect one more move. I think you could expect a move from Phoenix. I think you can expect a move from Golden State. But that might be it in the West. Trade deadline is what, 2 days from now? Thursday, right? 3 days from now? Yeah. Extended toenails like Cam Ward is the future. Tighten up. But look. Joe said this one made much more sense. Kings actually made out pretty good in this whole thing. Yeah, they made out for the future, for sure. But San Antonio kind of, I mean, I think both teams won. I mean, both teams, it made sense for both teams. So it wasn't bad. Bill will get dealt somewhere, maybe the Bucks. Yeah, that's what I say. I think Phoenix still has a move in them, and the Warriors for sure. What up, Jacob? Good to see you, man. You're never late when you're here, man. Jacob said, sorry I'm late. I stole Nico Harrison's phone on Saturday night. Did some dumb shit. Walt said, I wouldn't be surprised if they told LeBron that if they draft Bronny, you got no more say, buddy. See, that might be the case. That very well could be the case. Is it might be like, all right, I tell you what. We'll do this one, and then that's it. You got to leave us alone. One more solid for you, but then I'm not running shit by you anymore. That might be the case. That's a good point, Walt. Maybe that's why nobody knew. That might be the case. But if that's not, I really do have a hard time believing LeBron didn't know this was going down. Really, really do. I'd be really, really surprised. Total Dallas said, I guess I could forget about Luka and Jokic in Dallas. I mean, no, not necessarily. They'll still play there next time Dallas hosts an All-Star game. Got him. All right. Listen, that was uncalled for, Total Dallas, and I apologize. Sorry about that. I know that was savage. I'm sorry. Yeah, Drew said he knew. I know, bro. There's no way you can convince me he didn't. Cisco said maybe the Lakers know that LeBron's Diddy involvement is about to come out, and they took away his power with them. Maybe. Wait, is there really some Diddy stuff about to come out about LeBron? Really? No. Is that true? Stop it. Really? Well, no, said you raggedy whore. Yeah, I deserve that. Let's see. Over in the East, man, I don't know. There's still. Let me see something here. Trade deadline tracker. Let's see. 2 hours ago, CBS Sports usually has a decent tracker. Man. Yeah, they show you the picks and stuff. That's crazy. Oh, I didn't see this. This was kind of quiet and under the table. Utah and the Clippers. Clippers acquired Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills. Utah acquired PJ Tucker, Mo Bamba, second round pick, and cash considerations. PJ Tucker had to go play in Utah. Ugh. Of all the places, man. The boy he used to hate. Utah is in on the Doncic Davis deal too. It was Doncic and Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris going to LA. Dallas got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick from the Lakers. And Utah got Jalen Hood-Schifino, a second round pick from the a second round pick via the Clippers, and a second round pick via the Mavericks. So Utah is just like, we'll be in. Like, why the fuck if I'm Utah, look at this, guys. Look at this. This makes no sense. Unless Utah's like, yeah, we've got plans too. But if I'm Utah, bro, why are you getting in on this? Like, why are you helping? So this is like this is hold on. Yeah, this is the deal right here, right? This was the trade. Doncic, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, a 2029 first round pick. And then Utah was like, oh, you two? You guys can't make this happen? Well, of course we'll get in there and help you out. Sure, why not? Like, why would you do that? So I guess they get Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 second round picks. And it was really just so that the deal could work. And I think they take on Jalen Hood-Schifino, who's averaging 2 points a game. I mean, he's just it's a money move. It's a salary dump thing. Let's see. Yeah, he was playing. I want to see what he was averaging. 5 minutes a game. Ain't that the truth, Joe? Joe said Ainge is pissed. Right? You know he didn't want nothing to do with that. What does this say? It says the Jazz only knew they'd be receiving Hood-Schifino in exchange for 2 second round picks, sources said. The Lakers had several backup plans if the Jazz option fell through. This, according to Reddit, Lakers didn't tell Danny Ainge and the Jazz that JHS salary dump was part of the Luka Doncic deal until 30 minutes before the deal happened. They asked the Jazz to complete the Eubanks Mills trade with the Clippers first to free up roster spots. Only then did they tell them. That was from Ramona Shelburne. Oh, wow. Oh, yikes. So this, oh, okay. Yeah. So this is on ESPN. That's real interesting. Here it goes. Let's see. League of the Lakers understood nothing could leak, not a breath of it. They learned the same lesson many times, blah, blah, blah. Even the Utah Jazz, the third team that facilitated the transaction by collecting 2 second-round picks for absorbing Jalen Hood, Schifino, didn't know Doncic and Davis were a part of the deal until about an hour before it was completed, league sources said. Even Jazz president Danny Ainge, who hails from the Lakers' hated rival, the Boston Celtics, had about only 30 minutes notice, sources said, that Los Angeles was about to acquire Doncic to be the new face of the franchise. But by then it was too late to do much about it. NBA history was about to be altered. Wow. So they pulled a fast one over because without that move, apparently they had backups. They had other deals, they say. But they needed Utah apparently to make that move before they could make the other move. Apparently. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, what up, Bears Rock? Good to see you. And don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. What's up, DJ fan? Please don't get it twisted. I'm with you, Joe, and everybody. I am 1000% team fuck Danny Ainge. I'm a Houston Rockets fan. I grew up a Rockets fan, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Man, I am, team fuck the Boston Celtics all the way back to the 1980s when the Rockets and Celtics played in the finals twice. I believe it was 80 and 86. So don't worry about that. I'm just saying it's pretty wild because, and here's why. If you are out here fleecing other ownership, if you are out here fleecing other execs, there's only 30 teams to get deals done with. All right. 1. So when you are starting to eliminate possible teams to do deals with, now you're down to 29. But then you got to remember some of these other teams aren't going to do deals with you because they're in your division or you're in the same conference with you, or they just might not like you. So that eliminates it even further. So then you've got to deal with that. Other people now might not trust you because they're like, well, they didn't tell Danny Ainge about it until the last second. So now you approach them about a deal and they're like, well, wait a minute. Are they about to Ainge me? Are they pulling the wool over my eyes? Are they trying to pull a fast one with me? You start to build a reputation of doing that shit. And a good example of that, my old co-host on ESPN 97.5 will tell you, Joe Blank, he worked for the Rockets for many, many years. Daryl Morey had a really bad reputation amongst other GMs and executives for just being that guy. This is why a lot of times the Rockets could not get deals done anymore. no one wanted to work with Daryl Morey. No one wanted to trade with this dude. Because at the end of the day, Daryl always ended up getting really good deals, and people started to feel like they got taken advantage of. And when that happens enough, people stop doing business with you. So you got your heir apparent and your next, but at what cost and at what price? I don't know. DJ fans say there's more rumors. Yeah, look, here's the thing is that as long as we preface it by saying it's all rumors, the one thing I don't do on this show is I won't break news. There we go. Son of a bitch. I'm glad I set that mute button. Thank you. Yeah, it's this, my whole thing just went blank. Remember I told you earlier my camera just stopped working? Same thing just happened. Everything just went blank. Bloop. I'm glad I got that little mute icon thing. Yeah, it's crazy. What I was saying was, yeah, it just dropped. Sorry, Joe, bro. Yeah, the whole thing just shut down. Just stopped working. But yeah, if I was Kyrie, I would want out. And I think KD, the Suns have been in the market for a while. So yeah, there's a lot going on. It's going to be interesting, man. There's a lot of moving parts in the NBA. But before we get out of here, we've got the De'Aaron Fox trade. We got the Luka trade. I do want to talk a little bit. We've got to touch on this before we get out of here because this is also really big, really important. But speaking of wanting out, this is pretty big news too. Why are all these messages retracted? Drew and Bears Rock and DJ fan. What did I miss? So this is pretty big news. But Myles Garret wants out of Cleveland. And when they asked, what was it about, or was there, what did this have to do with? It has to do with winning. And he doesn't think this organization, I guess, is about winning. And I tell you what, man, you hate to hear that. This is according to Adam Schefter. This was Myles Garrett's statement. As a kid, dreaming of the NFL, all I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. And that goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the incredible fan base of Cleveland Browns has made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. These past 8 years have shaped me into the man I am today. While I'm loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It has always been to compete for and win a Super Bowl. With that in mind, I've requested to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're the Browns and Browns fans. Joe Pro said even our lovely Jen wanted out of Cleveland at some point. That is not a ringing endorsement of ownership, for sure, of the GM, of the front office. And if you're all of those folks, you have to take a step back and go, damn, the reigning defensive player of the year, this dude wants out. He does not think that we're committed to winning. What do we do? Like, how do we fix this? He wants to be traded. There's probably no talking him out of it. And at this point, if you're the Browns, actions speak louder than words. You can say, hey, we're just as committed as everybody else. But all of the things that this organization does and doesn't do and continues to fumble, no pun intended, continues to prove that they're either not serious about winning or incapable of winning. And therein lies the problem. Players only have so long. Organizations make decisions both near term and long term. Players can't do that, especially NFL players. NFL players have to think, literally have to think about contract to contract. What does the next 3 or 4 years look like? And what is my next contract going to be? And for how long? And what is that going to look like? This is not baseball where you play from 24 to 40. It's not even basketball where you play from 18 to 40. It's football, man. You don't play very long. You don't have much time. And if you're stuck in an organization that you don't think is winning or cares about winning or has the right organizational structure or moxie to win, you got to get the fuck out. Especially if you're somebody like Myles Garrett. Jen said, sorry, I'm multitasking, but yeah, he should leave. I don't blame him. That's what sucks, though, man, is that so many Browns fans, I'm sure, feel this way. What a helpless way to feel as a football fan. If you're the Browns organization, man, this has to be a punch in the gut, but a huge wake-up call, man. This got to be a slap in the face. If I'm the owner, I'm calling an all-hands meeting. That's what we used to call that when I was a project manager. All hands on deck. I want everybody in my fucking office, in the meeting room, in the auditorium, everybody. The janitor, everybody. And I don't know who owns the Browns or what their name is, but I want every person in that organization in front of me. And I let every person in that room know. From this day going forward, this shit has got to stop. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being the laughingstock of the NFL. I'm tired of, players like Myles Garrett having to publicly go out and say they want out because they would rather go somewhere else and have a chance to win a Super Bowl than be here. people think we're, not about winning. It starts with me and it ends with me. And if you're not about winning and you're not serious about it, you won't be here. And if I don't see everybody making every single decision necessary to win a Super Bowl in this building every single day, you're gone. And I will find somebody that does. And that goes for you. And I would just start pointing people. You. But I just sweep those floors. Oh, get out! Bro. Everybody. But here's the problem. And Joel said this before when I was filling in. Part of the problem is a lot of these owners don't care as much about winning as they do about profit. Winning is good. Winning is nice. But if they're making money and losing, that's okay. And I know you guys are like, nah, listen, let me tell you something. Let me explain why that is 100% accurate. The Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, for years, had a wait list for tickets. Sold out NRG Stadium. Every Sunday they had a home game. They would go 9-7, 9-7, 10-6. They would win a division. They would come in second. They would make the playoffs and lose in the first round. They were the very definition of mediocrity for a stretch. They had a bunch of bad seasons. They never had a great season. If you looked up mediocre in the dictionary, they were the very definition of that as a franchise. But yet, they had great players. Don't get me wrong. Andre Johnson, J.J. Watt. But yet, every Sunday, that stadium was packed. Everywhere you go throughout the city, you saw their logo. People wore jerseys. Everyone had a J.J. Watt jersey. Everyone had a Deshaun Watson jersey for a while. Everyone had an Andre Johnson jersey, an Arian Foster jersey. The Gary Kubiak era was exciting. They were decent. The Bill O'Brien era was tumultuous, but they seemed to always win the division and then do a shitty in the playoffs, but they gave you hope during the season. But the results weren't there. But they did just enough to keep the stadium full. Just enough. You knew they were never going to win a Super Bowl. You knew they were never going to even get to an AFC title game. But they did just enough. And the owners didn't give a fuck. Because the stadiums were full. The tickets were sold. The wait list existed. The merch was being sold. Concessions were flying off the shelves. Parking was being paid. And their pockets were getting fat. And then, about 3 years ago, people got sick of their shit. Bill O'Brien was gone. The David Culley era began. The Romeo Crennels and the Lovie Smiths. And people stopped going. The stadium was half empty. People stopped buying merch. Stopped buying food. They stopped giving a shit about this. This went from a football town to a baseball town. All you saw was orange and navy everywhere you went. No one gave a fuck about the Texans anymore. No one cared about the Texans in this town. This town flipped from a football town to a baseball town in 3 years. And ownership went, oh shit, we fucked up. And they flipped it on its head. They cleaned house. They got rid of everybody. They bring in D'Amico Ryans. They flip their image, their PR. Cal's wearing sunglasses and throwing up the H. They're barbecuing and hanging out with people. They got new colors. They bring in the old Oilers blue. They're H-Town till they drown, man. They're part of the community. They outreach to the fans who they form a fan committee. What do you want to see the Texans do? Well, we want a ode to the Oilers, and we want the H with the calligraphy or whatever the fuck that is, and we want this and we want that. You got it. You got it. You got it. D'Amico Ryans. They get CJ. They move up in the draft. Fuck. Defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year in the same season that they do those moves. Lightning in a bottle. The fucking stadium is packed again. And they're making money. And they're back. That's it. That's the game. And credit to them. They didn't have to. They still would have made some money. Don't get me wrong. They still would have been profitable. But those empty seats, that was the tell. And until Cleveland starts being an embarrassment when their games are on national television and the lower bowl is only half full, Cleveland ain't doing shit about it. That's what it's going to take, Browns fans. That's what it's going to take. Myles Garrett can say, I'm outie. And you can still be running Deshaun Watson out there being an embarrassment. But until Browns fans speak with their pocketbook and stop going to games and buying shit, it ain't going to matter. You've got to speak with your pocketbooks. As much as we want to think the owners want to win, they really want to win in the bank first. It's what it took in Houston, man. This town had to, and I would go on, trust me, I would go on radio, and if the people that listen to me know this, I would literally be the only voice in this city that would rail against this team and say, you guys have got to stop supporting this team. Stop buying. And slowly people started saying it. Slowly people started coming around. I wouldn't support this team, but I promise you, and I don't like to take a ton of, I promise you, I was the first person on the airwaves in this city to say, stop buying tickets to this franchise. Stop going to games. Yeah, Joe Pro knows. I was a lifelong Kansas City Chiefs fan for a year. To just hammer it home. It was a joke, but it was to make the point. And eventually, it would happen when I wasn't on air, but that's what happened. And lo and behold, it worked. So hopefully people in Cleveland will do the same. That's the only thing that owners will listen to. That's it. And it sucks they're going to lose Myles Garrett. It sucks. Yeah. Told Allison, imagine someone on 610 saying that. Shit. In my wire voice. I'd love to see him go to a contender, though. But that's the question. Where does he go? Amos ain't shit to do in Cleveland. Them people going to them games. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Drew said, I believe you did say that on the usual source. I did. I promise you. I know this. That's not just me tooting my own horn, Drew. I was the first person in the city to say, stop going to Texans games. I really was. That is not me just tooting my own horn or trying to pat myself on the back. Ain't nobody in this town was saying that on radio except me. That's a fact. I was saying it well before. They finally did it. I was stunned. Yeah, somebody said Baltimore. Total Dallas said to Dallas. Everybody can't go to Dallas. Total Dallas. Amos said ain't shit to do in Cleveland. Jenna said not true, Amos. That's the thing. Like, let's see what the interwebs says. Possible landing spots for Myles Garrett. Without further ado, here are 9 practical landing spots for the Defensive Player of the Year. Detroit. Here we go. 9 of the best. This is according to Eric Edholm of NFL.com. Detroit. The Lions' defensive concerns run deeper than just the rash of injuries. It's hard not to drool at the possibility of Aiden Hutchinson rushing from one side and Garrett on the other. Whew. The Commanders. Okay. Arizona Cardinals. He wants to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to go to Arizona. He's not going to want to go to Arizona. It says it's debatable whether the Cardinals are true contenders, although they were sitting at 6-4. The Bears, again, trade me to a 5-12 team. Look, I love some of the moves that the Bears are making, but no, fam. That's out of the frying pan into the fire. Until the Bears prove it, they ain't. No. The Packers, yeah. The Eagles, yeah. You can never count out the Eagles and trader Howie Roseman on a deal, especially when a name with heft of Myles Garrett. Roseman has made several impactful deals during his run in Philly, including the A.J. Brown theft. The Chargers. Oh, God. Joey Bosa had an injury-plagued season and could be a cut candidate this offseason. Khalil Mack still played at a high level, but is headed for free agency and will turn 34 this month. Trading for Garrett would allow the Bolts to move on from both of those players if they desired. Ooh, man. That would be really interesting. That would be an interesting get, the Chargers. They have the Falcons at 8-9. I just don't know. I mean, I think he makes them obviously a lot better, and that's a weak division, but I don't look at the Falcons as actual contenders. Sorry, AJB. The Patriots, nah, son. But I would love to see what Vrabel did with him. Holy cow. But the Patriots aren't going to be contenders. Not yet. Not yet. So the contenders on this list, you got Patriots, Falcons, Chargers, Eagles, Packers, Bears, Cardinals, Commanders, Lions. The contenders on this list, Myles Garrett going to the Commanders is crazy with what they've done, the turnaround there. But Detroit, Washington, Philly, Green Bay, and the Chargers. That's it. Those are the contenders. So, and yeah, this one says the Commander season ended with a thud, with Commanders giving up 55, while underscoring their biggest weakness, defense. Fowler had 10.5 sacks. He's a free agent, turns 31. Garrett's a vastly better player all around. He'd headline a heck of a front alongside Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne. Oh, boy. That'd be nasty. Yep. It would be interesting, man. It'd be really interesting. Tony Hansom said Garrett on the Commanders puts him in the Super Bowl next year. I tell you what, it damn sure makes them serious contenders. Joe said Commanders for me. Money is good. QB on rookie contract, team in the Final Four, and also NFC. That first thing you said, well, I guess it was third. QB on rookie contract. That's the one. Look at what the Texans did in the offseason. Look at all the moves look at the depth that the Texans defense has. I mean, look at what the Texans did in year 2 of CJ Stroud's existence. They go and add Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Danielle Hunter. I mean, look at all the talent that they added on defense, along with Mixon and Diggs on offense. And it's all because they have a quarterback on a rookie contract, a talented quarterback. Washington is sitting pretty, man. Washington is like, oh, baby. And they've got some aging veterans aging out on defense. Woo! Yeah, man. Katie, what up, pimp? Katie said, I want Myles Garrett, but I know Jerry Jones would rather sell us shit and call it quality shit. Yeah. CJ has 2 more years of cheap Stroud. Yep. The Texans do. Yep. Wish they'd work on the offensive line. Oh, they will. Oh, they will. And in a hurry. By the way, front page of the NFL, Texans have hired their new OC. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news, everybody. I don't know if you heard this or not. Dateline, Houston. Hello. Breaking news. Texans have their man. Texans have their offensive coordinator. Texans hire Rams' Nick Caley as the new offensive coordinator. You saw Chip Kelly, who is a name a lot of people were interested in. They thought that D'Amico Ryans, who played for Chip Kelly in Philadelphia, might be the guy. Turns out he went to Las Vegas to be the OC for Pete Carroll. Well, the Texans have hired Nick Caley as their new offensive coordinator Monday. Caley, who spent the past 2 seasons as Sean McVay's staff, replaced Bobby Slowick, who was fired last month. Caley spent the past season as the Rams passing game coordinator and tight ends coach. Yeah. Before joining the Rams, Caley spent 6 seasons as the New England Patriots tight ends coach. Caley's 42, has never been an offensive coordinator before, so this will be his first time calling plays. He will take over a group featuring 4 Pro Bowlers in CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon, Laramie Tunsil, and Nico Collins. But the reason why the Texans, who won the AFC South in 2024 and reached the divisional round for the 2nd consecutive season, have a new play caller is because the offense struggled throughout the year. Last season, Texans added Mixon, Diggs, joined Collins, The expectations were high for Houston's offense, but the unit failed to live up to the hype. Slowick struggled to find consistent answers to protect Stroud, who was sacked 52 times, second most in the NFL. One of the big reasons that they said they got rid of Slowick was he never made adjustments, and the rest of the league adjusted to him, but he did not counter. Part of that, I think you could chalk up to the inexperience of having never really been an OC before. So what do? Hell, they go out and get a guy who's never been an OC before. I don't know. Man. Joe said it makes sense if you want offense, tap the McVay line. Well, I mean, that's kind of what they did with Slowick, is tap the Kyle Shanahan line. And I mean, to me, what you needed was a guy like a Chip Kelly. You needed a guy that's been around the block, that knows the NFL game, is still innovative, is still an offensive mind, quote unquote, is still an offensive guru, is going to get the most out of CJ Stroud. Which is why everybody thought Gerard Johnson was going to be the guy, but that scared me as well, even though he's got a great relationship with CJ Stroud. I personally think the Texans should have gone and gotten a guy with some experience. This, staff and this whole crew up and down is very inexperienced in the roles that they hold. Have they been around football? Yes. But in the roles that they hold, for the most part, everybody's pretty inexperienced. D'Amico will be his third year as a head coach. That's good. But he was a rookie the first time that CJ was a rookie and Slowick was a rookie and on down the line. And now you've got a rookie OC again. And what's a little freaky about this is this dude was in New England. And I'm not going to lie, when I read that, I cringed a little. Ugh. Was this a Nick Caserio? Hey, you need to take a look at this cat. I knew him in New England, and he was great. Ugh, fuck. Not again. Not again. Please say this dude is good. Because, man, that's the one thing that scares the shit out of me. Maybe he's great. Maybe he's great. Maybe he's the second coming of Sean McVay. Could be worse guys to learn under. But that's what we said about Bobby Slowick. Total Dallas, ain't that the fucking truth? Will you use Tank Dell in blocking schemes? No, you're hired. Jesus. Ain't that the truth, Drew? Can't score if QB's on his back 85% of the time. Shit. Amen. Do you know what a stunt is? You're hired. Right? Just go over some basic. Okay, do you know what a TE twist is? Huh? Next. Do you know what a DE twist is? What? Next. Do you know what a stunt is? Yes. TE twist? Mm-hmm. DE twist? Mm-hmm. Do you know what a corner blitz is? Yes. Just start going through some basic shit with, you're hired, buddy. You're like, who is this guy? That's the janitor. What? Did we just hire the janitor? Huh? How do you know all this? I play Madden. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Wow. We should have had Bobby play Madden more. Jeez. That's crazy. I told Dallas that Texans could hire Brian Schottenheimer. His buyout is low. No thanks. We're good. And on that note. All right. Fun times. Don't forget, it'll be a short show tomorrow. Normally we go 2 to 5-ish. Tomorrow, though, I do have a private / open house at the Comedy Club down in Houston. So we're going to bounce out a little early tomorrow. Probably 2 to 4 tomorrow. So, but we'll do a show. We're still going to do a show. We're going to get one in, and it just won't be a long one. All right? Hey, man, hope you had a good time. I had fun. Lots of sports talk today. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to all the noobs and folks I hadn't seen in a while. Joe, man, welcome aboard, bro. Hope you'll come back and hang out with us. We do some crazy shit. It ain't always like this, I promise. We get wild on this show. And if you think today was fun, stick around, homie. It gets crazy. Today was very subdued. We do some crazy shit around here, brother. Come back. I promise. You will have a great time watching and talking sports and hanging out with us. Yeah, so keep coming back, man. And by the way, UCF Nurse, thanks for the follow. Everybody else, thank you for the bits and the subscriptions and the subscribes and everything else. Thanks to Genia's mom for joining me on the show. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Heartthrob, I'll see you Sunday, brother. Hey, Perry, appreciate you, man. Thank you, my good friend. How does private and open house go together? It's a private... It's not a... I don't know how to explain it. It's not like a just regular club gig. Shut up. Hey, Uriel, appreciate you, brother. Glad Trident sent me on here. Oh, nice. That's dope, dude. Hell yeah. All right, Uriel. Love you, buddy. No, you don't, Total Dallas. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have more to discuss for sure. And in the meantime, do me 3 favors, everybody. Oh, hey, don't forget, I will be posting on Patreon too, football squares. I'll have all the info for you guys. In fact, shit, I forgot to do that. Check if you're on the Discord or the Patreon, make sure you get added if you want football squares, and I'll have the rest of the info posted on socials tonight at Barry is Funny on all the socials, and at Barry on Deck on all the socials. And I'll get it all posted. We'll get it all up. Just be ready. $5 a square. Be safe. Be kind. Love each other. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. And he's making a YouTube video.